मनोभिष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपां साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथाभितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखाभितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी परमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभैव च पतितना पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नारायण नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत नष्टप्राणेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते युतं श्लोके भक्ति भवति नाष्टकी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णसाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी वासुदेव देशतारिणे। So we are on the second canto, chapter 9, verse number 7. Nishyam tadvrakti didikshaya disho vilokya tatra nyad apashamana swadishyanam ashthaya vimrishya tadditam tabasi upashtita iva dadevana. Translation. You are ready, Mataji? You want to read? I can read the verse.
Yes, Prabhuji, if you can read.
Yeah, I'll read the verse. When he heard the sound, he tried to find the speaker, searching on all sides. But when he was unable to find anyone else besides him, he thought it is wise to sit down on his lotus seat firmly and give his attention to the execution of penance as he was instructed. Purport: by his divine grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Anybody would like to read the purport? Chandni, you have the Bhagavatam with you? Chandni?
I have to go next. Haribol, please accept
Do you
my
have the
humble.
book with you?
I can go next. Which text are we on?
We are on 297.
Okay.
Second canto, chapter 9, verse number 7. Would you be able to read the purport?
Yes,
Anybody
just 1
else?
minute.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you are getting the book. All right. Not yet? Chandni? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Prashanatma. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah,
We are
got
just
it.
reading. Okay, please read. To achieve success, start from there. You are lost or what, Chandni? Haribol?
You said 2.9.7, right?
297 is very easy. So you've taken quite long. Everyone is waiting. You want me to start?
Yeah, you can start. Sorry, I'm just getting out the book. Sorry.
Oh, you're getting the book now. Oh, it will be late. Okay, purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Prashanatma, you have the book? No? Okay, I'll read the book. Okay, I'll read the book. To achieve success in life, one should follow the example of Lord Brahma, the first living creature in the beginning of creation. After being initiated by the Supreme Lord to execute tapasya, he was fixed in his determination to do it. And although he could not find anyone besides himself, he could rightly understand that the sound was transmitted by the Lord himself. Brahma was the only living being at that time, because there was no other creation, and none could be found there except himself. In the beginning of the first canto, in the first chapter, first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, it has already been mentioned that Brahma was initiated by the Lord from within. The Lord is within every living entity as the Supersoul, and he initiated Brahma because Brahma was willing to receive the initiation. The Lord can similarly initiate everyone who is inclined to have it.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, can I continue?
Yes.
As already stated, Brahma is the original spiritual master for the universe. And since he was initiated by the Lord himself, the message of Srimad Bhagavatam is coming down by disciplinic succession. And in order to receive the real message of Srimad Bhagavatam, one should approach the current link of spiritual master in the chain of disciplinic succession. After being initiated by the proper spiritual master in that chain of succession, one should engage himself in the discharge of tapasya in the execution of devotional service. One should not, however, think himself on the level of Brahma to be initiated directly by the Lord from inside, because in the present age, no one can be accepted to be as pure as Brahma. The post of Brahma to officiate in the creation of the universe is offered to the most pure living being. And unless one is so qualified, one cannot expect to be treated like Brahmajis directly. But one can have the same facility through unalloyed devotee of the Lord, through scriptural instructions, as revealed in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam specially, and also through the bona fide spiritual master available to the sincere soul. The Lord himself appears as a spiritual master to a person who is sincere in heart about serving the Lord. Therefore, the bona fide spiritual master who happens to meet the sincere devotee should be accepted as a pure, confidential, and beloved representative of the Lord. If a person is posted under the guidance of such a bona fide spiritual master, it may be accepted without any doubt that the desiring person has achieved the grace of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, over to you. Thank you very much for starting.
Thank you. So it's a very, very important verse. I hope by this time, Chandni, you have opened the book by now. Yeah? 297. Did you get the book or not yet?
Yes, I'm on it. I'm on the page.
Okay, anyway. I'll read the verse again. When he heard the sound, he tried to find the speaker, searching in all directions. But when he was unable to find anyone besides himself, he thought it wise to sit down on his lotus seat firmly and give his attention to the execution of penance when he was instructed. Now, there's a very, very powerful words. Can anyone know what word did he hear? Brahma?
Japa.
Yeah, what word did he hear? So that he
Japa.
started Tapa.
Pa.
2 words. Tapa. Tapa means tapasya. Short form of tapasya is tapa. The English equivalent is austerity. So when this tapa is the sound that led to tapasya. And you should know that when Brahma was born, there was no one else. No one else in the creation except Lord Brahma. So Brahma could understand that there is no one but me. And this sound is meant for me. That's why it started tapasya. So there is no success without tapa or austerity, be it material or spiritual. Even if you find a materialistic, successful person, he must have undergone through tapa. And even a spiritualist undergoes tapa. Srila Prabhupada says that without tapa, there is no success. Now, what is the best example Prabhupada gives is that of an iron rod. The iron rod, when it is heated, then it can be bent the way you want it. So in this way, when you do tapa, your senses can be directed the way you want it. I hope you understand this metaphor, yeah? If you want, for example, like I'm holding this pencil. In case it was iron, if I try to bend it, it's not possible. If I heat it, it can easily be bent. So tapasya means it will keep you molded with the rules and regulations to follow the path of spiritual life, which is very, very difficult. To practice spiritual life is extremely difficult. It's not an easy thing. To be deviated from spiritual life is very easy. But to practice spiritual life is very difficult. Prabhupada says it's like walking on the edge of the razor. If you see a sword, one side is very sharp. If someone says walk on it, you can't walk. This is how a spiritual life is. So since no one was around, Brahma understood that the Lord told him, and he knew also that he is the first being. If you read the first canto, first verse, chapter 1, verse 1, it says, Tene Brahma Adi Kavayam. So the Lord is within us as Paramatma. Krishna is also in the heart of us. And if we are sincere, then what really matters is how much we keep up our relationship. So if a person is sincere, sincerity matters a lot. The Lord similarly initiates anyone who is pure or competent. But here Prabhupada is making a remark that we are not pure like Brahma. So we should not try like that. Brahma was very pure and he was alone. There was no one else. So how was Brahma initiated? He was initiated by Krishna himself. It is Krishna who gave him all the Vedic knowledge. Let's go a little back. When Brahma was created, he had to sit on the lotus. I mean, he was created on the lotus. He sat on the lotus, he looked around everywhere. He could not see anyone. So first question came into his mind is, where have I come from? So he knew that the cause is the lotus. So he tried to find out, where is this lotus coming out from? So he went into the stem of the lotus, down, and all he found is water. Again, he came back. He performed, he had no answer. So the Lord, because it was all darkness outside, so the Lord said, Tapa. So he started Tapa. And he performed 1,000 celestial years of Tapa. And after Tapa, he realized that there is a person sleeping down there. He could see from his navel, this lotus has come, and this lotus, actually it is he who has given me the birth. So we could understand everything. Now, in order to give him knowledge, the Lord had to purify him by giving him the mantra, which is called the Gayatri mantra. because his heart was not clean. Even after tapa, the heart was not clean. And then when the heart became clean, Krishna spoke himself the Vedas, one by one. The Yajur Veda, the Rig Veda, the Shama Veda, the Atharva Veda. These four Vedas were implanted in the mind of Brahma. This is how Brahma became the first devotee or the first disciple. If you see the disciplic succession, even in our Bhagavad Gita, the first person on the top is Krishna. He spoke to Brahma, Brahma gave to Narada, Narada gave to Vyasa in that way. So disciplic succession is very important. So since we are not very sincere or pure like Brahma, we can take a decision from parampara, any bona fide parampara. As you know that they are in Vaishnavas, there are four Vaishnava paramparas, even now existing. One is Brahma parampara. Our ISKCON comes in the Brahma parampara. Our parampara is called Brahma, Madhva, Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya, Hindu, Vaishnava parampara. So this is our parampara. There's another parampara which was started by Lord Shiva. Then there's a third parampara started by Lakshmi Ji. And the fourth one is by the Kumaras. And each one has their own acharya. Each parampara has an acharya on the top, leading everyone. All the paramparas join at one place, that they all come to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna or Vishnu. So you can join one of the parampara, whatever is available to you. But Srila Prabhupada has made ISKCON, or is directed ISKCON in any way, that anyone in the world can join, become a bona fide Brahmana, and then join the parampara. This is how our parampara works. In one statement, Srila Prabhupada says, since Krishna is the father, and when you get initiated, Brahmin initiated, then Gayatri becomes the mother. So we have father and mother after we become Brahmins. But even before that, the Siksha Guru or the preeminent Siksha Guru, Srila Prabhupada, remains for 10,000 years. So we follow the Siksha Guru. So here it says, the Lord initiates one if one is pure and competent. So the question can be asked, are we pure? If you compare with ourselves with Brahma, we cannot perform even 1% of tapa of Brahma, no way. And we are not pure. Brahma was very, very pure. Was he not pure, the work of creation would not have been given to him. He would have selected somebody else. But the creation, the work was given to Brahma. Of course, the original creator and the provider of the ingredients is Krishna himself. But the secondary creation was done by Brahma. Earlier, two words were given, Sarga, Visarga. The work of Sarga, or the initial creation, was done by Krishna. And then Visarga, secondary creation, is done by Brahma. So we ought to understand this nicely. And then it says the Lord, Brahma, is the original spiritual master of everyone. So even if you become initiated later on, after millions and millions of years, still Brahma remains the original spiritual master. And his spiritual master remains Krishna. That's why Krishna is also called Vande Guru Jagat, Vande Jagat Guru. Krishna is the Jagat Guru. And anyone who represents Krishna and speaks what Krishna is saying, then one can actually give this knowledge of Krishna to everyone. Now, let's go back to the purport. The purport says, without tapa, nothing can be achieved. Now, when you go to the 5th canto, this will be repeated by Lord Rishabh. Lord Rishabh says, in the 5th canto, chapter 5, verse number 1, there are 34 verses of Lord Rishabh. And these are a must every sannyasi has to learn. with a very, very powerful verse. So the initial verse is Nayam Deha Deho Bhajam Nirloke Kashtan Kaman Arhati Vidpujanye Tabo Divyam Puttaka Jena Sudeta Sattvam Brahm Sokhya to Anantaram. So in that shloka, it means that having attained a human life, one should not be engaged in sense enjoyment, which is available even to the animals that eat too. Rather, one should engage in austerity or tapa and understand the meaning of the human life, because the human life comes very rarely. Since we all taken birth, so we don't value. But actually, in our previous life, we must have done some kind of a tapa that we have attained a human form of life. So having attained human form of life, engage in tapa. Each rule and regulation which are given to us is an extension of tapa. For example, waking up early, is it easy? Can anyone answer? Is it easy to wake up very early in the morning? No, it's very difficult. So we are sacrificing sleep. Is it easy to follow the four regulatory principles? No. That is tapasya. Then we follow our spiritual master. We follow the lineage and try not to do things which the lineage or the acharyas have said. We are not allowed to create anything new. We can maybe at the most improve it, but we cannot deviate. If you try to deviate it or deviate from the original regulations, you're putting yourself into danger. There's one verse in the Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada quotes, Shruti Smriti, Pancharatri ki vidin vida, ahikadi ki bhakti utpataiva kalpatayam. So this Shruti and Smriti were, Shruti means spoken by Krishna, Smriti means spoken by the representatives of Krishna. And Pancharatra is the scripture spoken or written by Narad Muni for bhakti. So we cannot do bhakti without following these three, Shruti, Smriti, Pancharatra. The second line, it says, if you do it, then what happens? You'll remain disturbed and you'll create disturbance in the society. And you'll find it is true. In our ISKCON also we have some devotees who deviate and try to do their own things. They spoil everything. In the end, they suffer. And many of them give up ISKCON and go away. Because you cannot create anything new. What has been given the knowledge by the parampara, we have to stick to that. Prabhupada uses the word avaroha pantha. Avaroha pantha means descending process. Knowledge coming from the descending process has to be followed. And if you follow, then what happens is we will remain in strong, very, very strong. And as far as you touch or if you are connected with the disciplic succession, you won't go wrong. You may make some mistakes, you may become weak, but there will always be help from others. They will lift you up and make you join once again. So further, Srila Prabhupada explains, like the current system of initiation in ISKCON is to be initiated from the selected gurus. The gurus are selected by the GBC, the governing body, commissioner. Just like recently, one of our Maharajis became an initiated guru. I think he has come to Eldoret, Prabodhanand Saraswati Thakur, Prabodhanand Saraswati Maharaj. I don't know if he has come to Eldoret. It's a bit short. But Nairobi has come many, many times. It was just last week he was permitted to take disciples. So in this way, if you have such a guru, not only him, maybe others also, whatever is your choice, you can join in. And whoever is the spiritual master is actually representative of Srila Prabhupada, because Srila Prabhupada remains the founder Acharya of our society. So there is a whole chain of disciplic succession. So the discharge of this tapasya will help you in your devotional service. Take an example, hearing. Hearing is also tapasya. What is the tapasya of hearing? Attentively. Lot of enthusiasm. And then with an inquisitive mind, if you hear, that is the tapa of hearing. If some bona fide speaker is speaking, who is representative of Vyasdev or Srila Prabhupada, then we have to listen very, very attentively. Now you may be amazed or maybe astonished why this point is so much emphasized again and again in Bhagavatam, again and again in Bhagavatam. Shravanam, hearing. Hearing from the right source, hearing from the bona fide, disciplic succession will keep you on the track. If you try to hear outside, you'll be jumbled up. If you are living in India, you'll be shocked that on a TV, on the Indian TV, there are so many channels. And there are channels which speak about religion. The most famous one is Ashta. And if you hear Ashta, you'll find that hardly anyone is qualified, hardly anyone. They are good orators, many of them are paid to keep the program going on. Yes, ISKCON was also a part of it. Sometimes also some ISKCON devotees speak on it. But I have heard them many, many times. You find it's actually dry, completely dry. If you hear from Prabhupada or from anyone who is a representative Prabhupada, then he speaks sense. So, Brahma was given the post to officiate the creation of the universe. And it is given to the most pure living being. Brahma is very, very pure. But one can have the same facility if you get a shelter of an unalloyed devotee of Krishna, like Prabhupada himself, or his representative. And if they can explain to you knowledge, especially from two scriptures, Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, then you are very, very fortunate. And you won't go wrong. You will be directed properly, provided you are following the process. I was just reading in the Narad Bhakti Sutra. Narad Muni is explaining that bhakti is actually mercy of Krishna, not given to everyone. He selects some jivas and he gives his bhakti to him by sending his representatives. And the other one is by giving the Vedic scriptures. So if a representative is coming to you, or you come across a representative, your duty is to hear him and obey him. And if you are reading or hearing Vedic scriptures like Bhagavatam, or Bhagavad Gita, or Chaitanya Charitamrita, all these books are very bona fide. Then again, you have to listen or read very attentively. So, the Lord appears as the Guru to anyone who is sincere in the heart about serving the Lord. So, there is a verse in the Bhagavad Gita where it says sometimes one may not be very expert knowledge-wise, and he may find difficulty in hearing, then the Lord will sit in the heart. Does anybody know which verse is that? The Lord sits in your heart and he removes your ignorance. Which verse is that? Anybody tries? Krishnatma, you know that verse? You've done many, many times. Madhurupa Mataji.
No problem.
It appears in the 10th chapter, verse number 11. Te samevanukam parsam aham ajnana jamatama nashyami atma bhavastu jnana deepena bhashvatam. I sit in the heart of my devotee and I light the lamp of knowledge and remove all the darkness from his heart. So you can write it down, 10, 11. Very, very powerful verse. One of the root verses of Bhagavad Gita. So I would advise all the devotees who are on the screen, are hearing the class, at least learn this Sanskrit and the English of these 4 root verses of Bhagavad Gita, which appear in chapter 10, verse number 8, 9, 10, 11. Each verse is very, very valuable. And if you can know the meaning, understand the meaning, it is for your own good. Then, this is what Prabhupada is quoting here. The Lord himself appears as a spiritual master to a person who is sincere in the heart about serving the Lord. Therefore, a bona fide spiritual master who happens to meet the sincere devotee should be accepted as the most confidential and beloved representative of the Lord. If a person is posted under the guidance of such a bona fide spiritual master, it may be accepted without any doubt the desiring person has achieved the grace of the Lord. So if a person is a representative of his spiritual master and is speaking, or we can say preaching, the way his spiritual master is saying, then he has the law, the grace of the Lord. And we all can get the grace of the Lord, even if you read just Bhagavad Gita. If you go towards the end of the Bhagavad Gita, almost after Sarva Dharma Paritijya, then Gita. He says, anyone who will preach this Bhagavad Gita to my devotees. We don't go to others. We try to preach to the devotees. And sometimes we take a risk of people speaking openly. Whoever does this work will become very dear to me, Krishna says. And to him, devotional service is guaranteed. And at the end of his life, he will come back to me. So imagine Krishna is so merciful. He's giving us all a chance to preach. And furthermore, when enthused by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Jai Tarvahi Desh. Read the scriptures properly by accepting a representative in the disciplic succession, learn properly, practice properly, and preach to everyone. And if you can do that, we are very, very honored. I mean, we are very much lucky, fortunate, and you'll find that there will be success in your life. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu emphasizes everyone. Originally, this planet was called Bharat Varsh. Before that, it was called Ilavrata Varsh. Bharat Varsh was called because of the famous king Bharat, the great celebrated devotee of Krishna. After him, Bharat Varsh was named. And there's a verse on Bharat Varsh. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Bharata Bhumide Manushya Janma Jara, Janma Sarthaka Kari, Kar Paropakara. Whoever has taken birth on this earth should make his life successful by learning our Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and preaching to others. If you can do that, we are obeying. And if you obey Krishna, or obey Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ramachandra, whatever your choice is, we'll never go wrong in our life. So the life should be molded in such a way that we always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. This verse appears in the Padma Purana. When a question is asked, why are there so many rules and regulations? So this verse is the answer. That two original rules and regulations. The first one is always remember Krishna. And the second line says, never forget Krishna. The meaning is the same. Always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. That is the verse given to us, all of us. So if you do anything, which actually means that whatever we do, whatever we give, whatever tapa we perform, whatever business we do, or whatever dealing we do, we never forget Krishna. You always remember Krishna. As much as a mother can never forget his child who is studying abroad, the mother will always remember father and mother, especially the mother. In a similar way, we should never forget Krishna. Always remember Krishna. In this way, our life will not just be successful, we can actually live a very happy life, a fearless life, and a life where we get a direction at every step from the scriptures. And if you don't know, then there are so many devotees. We can always ask Prabhu how to do this, and they can direct you. So, by asking other devotees, by keeping an authority in our life, we can't go wrong. We'll be guided properly. And Vaishnavas by nature are very kind. They're ready to direct anyone who's asking for a direction. Hare Krishna. Any questions or any additions? Anybody's got any question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for today's session. Prabhuji, I missed out. Brahma is our father and Gayatri is our mother, yes?
No, Krishna is the father, Gayatri is the mother.
Okay.
This
So
is
then
strict,
what is the relationship between Gayatri and Krishna?
because when we become Brahmanas, then the Gayatri automatically becomes the mother, because Srimad Bhagavatam itself is a Gayatri. Most Indian people think Gayatri is only one. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tat Savitur. That is a Surya Gayatri. Gayatri, the word Gayatri means on whom you can meditate. That is the meaning of Gayatri. So if you read the first of Srimad Bhagavatam, then what does Bhagavatam say? Let me read the verse for you. Let me open the Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 1, verse number 1. O my Lord Shri Krishna, son of Vasudeva, all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate. See, this meditate means Gayatri. I meditate upon Lord Shri Krishna, because he is the absolute truth, the primeval cause of all causes, of creation, sustenance, and destruction of the manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestation, and he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahma Jishi, the original living being. By him, even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion, as one is bewildered by the illusory representations of water, seen in fire, or land seen on water. Only because of him do the material universes, temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of nature, appear factual, although they are unreal. I, therefore, now this is the Gayatri part, I, therefore, meditate upon him, Lord Shri Krishna, who is eternally existence in the transcendental world, which is forever free from the illusory representatives of the material world. I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. So if you follow Bhagavatam, you are going to meditate on Krishna. Is that okay, Mataji? This is how, like, another way of understanding this verse is the Vedas is the mother, Krishna is the father. The Vedas is the mother, Krishna is the father. That is another statement of Prabhupada also. Veda Mata is called Veda Mata, is Gayatri Mata.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. That's why Gayatri has a book in her hand. Is that signifying the Vedas?
That's the Vedas, yes. Of course, in India, Gayatri is
Thank you
worshipped
very much.
more or less like a karma kanda. No, that's not the way we worship. Gayatri is very, very elevated. Because Gayatri was first placed in Brahma's heart. Then Brahma could understand the Vedas. Okay?
So when you said that you do the Gayatri, is it the Gayatri mantra or you meditate on Krishna? When you say...
In ISKCON, when we japa do Gayatri, we don't do one mantra. We do 7 different mantras, which are not meant to be spoken in public. When you get initiated as a Brahmin Diksha, then those 7 verses will be revealed to you. Then you'll understand everything about why we do 7 different Gayatris at one go, 3 times a day.
Okay, Prabhuji,
So that
thank
we
you
do
so
not
much.
walk out of the Vedas, we stay within the Vedic culture.
Thank you for that clarification. Are there any other questions or comments from the group?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I wanted to ask, you mentioned that the Shiksha Guru stays for 16,000 years, like Srila Prabhupada stays. What did you mean by that?
No, I didn't say 16,000. When did I mention anything else? I said Shiksha Guru Prabhupada stays for 10,000 years. That means the Shiksha Prabhupada will be followed for next 10,000 years. That is what I said. Is it okay, Mataji? Chandi?
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
It's mentioned many, many times. Yes, Prabhu.
Can one know when you're sincere?
Yes. How
How-
you can know yourself. You can know yourself how sincere you are. Your heart will tell you. The signs of sincerity is humility, enthusiasm, patience, friendly behavior with everyone, down to the earth. That means you are a sincere person. You don't cheat anyone and you obey the Guru's instruction. Those are some of the signs of sincerity. And you are truthful. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
Yeah. It comes as you practice, it comes. We all all come to that level. Take some time, but slowly, slowly, as our impurities and the pollution from our heart goes away, then we are able to become or remain pure. Okay? All right, Madhurupa, Mataji, you are asking something?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. I just wanted to ask, like, when just now you said that Ved is called Ved Mata, like Gayatri herself is Ved. Yeah, Ved. So in ancient time, I heard that the ladies were prohibited to read the Vedas and study the Vedas. Then why it is like
But
that?
Gayatri is not an ordinary woman.
Oh,
You cannot compare Gayatri to be a woman. No. She's energy of Krishna.
mm-hmm.
Vedas were not allowed to the women, then merchants and sutras, because their mentality is very different. That is why Vyasdev wrote Mahabharata for them. That they can read. That is allowed.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
But in
Yeah.
ISKCON, it's nothing like that. In ISKCON, the knowledge is open for all. In ISKCON, we do not see someone as a man or a woman. Everyone is allowed. We have some ladies who are very, very learned in our institution, in our society, who teach Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. Very learned. So we are not on the
Yes.
bodily platform. Yes, when you are in the society, man is a man, woman is a woman. That is okay. That rule we have to follow.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Any other question?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, just again a
Okay.
clarification.
So probably we can end up here.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, one more question. A clarification on that
Yeah. What is the
10,000
question?
10,000 years. So Srila Prabhupada's teachings will be there for 10,000
Okay.
years. So after that, what will happen?
No, Prabhupada. Yeah. After that, the Kali will take over so much that if someone else comes and preaches, that is another thing. But we should try to leave this planet before that. We should not stay here because Kali Yuga will become worse, worse, worse. It will worsen to an extent that you don't feel like even living for a minute here. And you can even see the signs now. How Kali Yuga is approaching at a very high speed. There was no Kali Yuga in India for a very long time. But then when it came, now it's become the worst. That people are completely off the Vedic scriptures. I mean, the Vedic Sanskriti. Okay?
Yes.
So it remains for 10,000 years, the ISKCON for 10,000 years to come. This is just the beginning.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Any other questions or comments? If there are no questions or comments, can I request Bhakta Mugo, are you able to end this session for today? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Professor Kritika Mataji, for this opportunity. And please accept my humble obeisances. Your Grace Rukma Das, prabhuji. Thank you for that beautiful, beautiful discourse. And I would like to ask the associates in the discourse to kindly unmute, and we do one Maha Mantra in glorification of His Grace Rukma Das, prabhuji.
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Vanchakakalpatarubhyascha sindhuvaiva patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada
Krishna Thakur ji.
Jai.
Jai.
His Grace Rukma Prabhu ki Jai.
Jai.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai.
Jai.
Thank you very much, everybody, for joining in. Hare Krishna.